Why are you here? I'm here, frankly, because I've never done something like this before. And I think I really have to. It's been it's been an interesting time. We can say that much. And I've come to understand the patterns of my own life. And somehow, some way, I am slowly but surely breaking out. I'm leaving behind patterns that honestly bring me nothing. It's not that they make my life worse by any means, they don't, but they make my life more comfortable. And that's something I don't think I can afford right now. I've been in a constant state of change since probably late middle school. You know, the emo phase, everyone goes through it if you're a real one. If you're not a real one, I think you still go through it, probably just in a different way. But I've developed some horrible, horrible habits. And it's not like it negatively affects my quality of life. You know, watching YouTube, scrolling reels. I'm not sad. I don't feel bad for doing that. I feel distracted when I do it. And there's a part of me that craves distraction from inaction. Because every second I'm not doing something, I can feel it. And whenever I'm distracted, I can't. So why would I not want to be distracted? Why am I making this? I don't know. Actually, I do know. I know there's a lot of motherfuckers out there. And if at least 1 to 3 or 4 of them can relate in some way to something I'm saying, it's better to have said it, you know? Because I really feel like I could be doing so much more with my life. And it's not like I'm doing nothing, you know? Like I am actively in school, I'm working hard, I'm getting good grades, I'm trying to challenge myself in other aspects outside of school. But it's not enough. And I know it's not enough. It's not like society tells me I should be doing more. No. In the US, society tells you that you should be doing exactly that. Only fill one little subset, one little niche of life. You know, if you do too much, you'll get burnt out. You'll lose enjoyment. You'll stop you'll stop doing what you want to be doing. But I feel almost I feel almost burnt out of mediocrity. For a lot of my life, I have not done too well in school. I'm not the smartest dude. But I definitely placed well below my potential consistently. And whether it was because I was goofing off or not in a good space mentally, I don't really think that matters. Everything that's happened has happened, you know? And I think everything I've done has led to me being in a cycle of action and inaction. You know, I get so built up about something. I get so, you know, I get this burning passion, and then there's a total lack of support, you know? So at some point when I'm doing whatever I'm doing, when I'm in the throes of making something or writing or doing, you know, stupid, you know, tests out of classes, I feel alone. And that pulls every part of motivation from me. And I know, you know, consistency is better than the flame of passion. But that lack of support also interrupts consistency. If I have a schedule that's working and I feel like I'm doing it well, and then there's no response, there's no outcome, I sort of I drop it, you know? Like, even if there are people interested, maybe one day they'll just be like, wow, that's cool. Nothing else. Oh, sorry. There's no, like, you should keep going. There's no, like, I'm right here. You know, I'm building with you. I'm, you know, on my grind set with you type. There's none of that. It's just sort of a congratulations when it works out, or a complete dismissal if it doesn't. And I decided I'm not going to do that anymore. You know? I've found who I want to be as a person and what I want my beliefs to be. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter, you know, where you've been, what you've seen, what you've done. If you can change, you don't have to be who you were. And I've changed. This is living proof. I want real conversations with real people. I want dedication. I wanna see people succeed. I wanna put a little fire beneath them. I don't want the people around me to be mediocre. I don't want to be mediocre. And maybe that's pushy on them as people to want more from them than what they're putting, but I guess that's how I want to be treated. I don't want to be coddled. I don't want to be, you know, placated, saying, "Oh, it's okay, you tried, you know, you need rest, you know, you need this time off." I don't. That time off is wired into me. If you tell me not to do it, I am completely and utterly devoted to everyone around me. They change me in ways that I might not even understand. And that's important. Because as a part of what we're all living in, you need to change to make the people around you better. You need to change in order for the people around you to have happier lives. If you think that we're all going to get by being mundane and leaving it to the next people who find fire in their hearts, you can see exactly who did that and exactly how it's working for them. They benefited from doing nothing, by staying silent, by playing into their mundanity. They were rewarded. But you also see that strongly impacts the future generations. You see how directly that impacts the next generations. So what do you want to do? Who do you want to be? And the final question is like, when do you start? It doesn't have to be a sudden change. It can just be sharing anything about yourself to anyone. Being open, being vulnerable. Showing other people that it's okay. It's not some terrifying ordeal to just say hello. Wave. Ask about their life. Ask them, what do you want to do with your life? And where are you right now? I guarantee you, people will be as real as they ever have been if you just ask them, honestly, the most basic questions. Like, those are some of the most surface level questions that you could ask. And if you want the people around you to be supportive of you, be supportive. I guarantee you, you are appreciated if you support anyone else.